Welcome everyone. This is the Matrix Powerwatch, a brand new watch that's the first of its kind, as it uses thermoelectric power to recharge its battery. So this is something that you never have to plug in. And it gets that power from you, or more specifically your body heat, when you wear the watch. And according to Matrix, it uses this information to more accurately estimate your calorie burn when you walk or run. So how does this work? Well, if you think back to the laws of thermodynamics, which I'm sure you remember, you might know that warmer air flows in the direction of colder air. And this is true of two different temperature objects also. So say you place two objects next to each other, like these two forks, so that they're touching, and one of them is hotter than the other. What will happen? Well, the heat from the hotter fork will flow to the cooler one until eventually they are the same temperature. In the case of the power watch, as long as the temperature of the skin the watch is touching is warmer than the metal case of the watch, body heat will flow through the watch. And that's where it comes across little semiconductors that are waiting there to use this heat to generate electricity that in turn charges the watch's battery. In order for all of this to happen, there has to be a difference in temperature between your skin and the aluminum casing of the watch. And again, the difference in temperature has to be so that your skin temperature is higher than that of the watch. And if it's the opposite, in this case, I'm holding the watch up to a halogen lamp to get the case temperature higher than my skin temperature, you'll see that it's not going to be charging. And when I turn it back to the main watch face here, you'll see that the indicator bars are gone. And that means that the watch isn't charging now. So on a really hot day, the watch isn't going to charge. The flip side of that, however, is if you're in a cold environment and on a cold day like this was, it was about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, the watch will charge much more quickly because there's a greater difference in temperature between my skin and the case of the watch. Okay, so now you've had your science lesson, and now we can finally talk about the watch because that's probably what you're more interested in. As far as the functionality of the watch, it's kind of limited. It doesn't do a whole lot of things. It is good for walking and running. It's not a multi-sport watch. And in this, I'm showing you the running mode and just the different data fields you'll get from that. And just be aware when you are walking with it or running with it in running mode, you're not going to get a live update of the data. It updates once a minute. And that's meant to conserve power. This watch, I mean, you can run across that with pretty much every feature it has, is that, yes, it's trying to get power from your body heat, but it's also trying to conserve power. And because it's trying to conserve so much power, a lot of the features of the watch are kind of limited by that. Unfortunately, I guess the efficiency of that, getting or harvesting our body heat and turning that into electricity just isn't good enough yet to support a lot of features like notifications. This watch doesn't have notifications, which kind of stinks. Hopefully, I mean, they did talk about maybe possibly implementing that later in a firmware update, and I hope that comes. That's something that I'm missing from it. But yeah, it is limited. I just showed you the stopwatch mode, and I don't really find that very useful because you're not seeing a live countdown on the timer. So I don't really see the point of that too much. And I'm going to get out of that, and then let's see, the next thing I'm going to show you is the watch settings. And this is where you sync to the mobile app. Right now, automatic syncing isn't working yet, at least as of the time that I'm recording this. And I don't know if that ever will. I guess if that's by design, I don't know. But it's not a big deal to sync it. And actually, the Matrix website recommends that you don't sync it that often, maybe once a day. And again, that's meant to conserve power. Although I haven't had any issues. I've conserved it. I've synced it more often than that, and I've never run out of power. The watch has never gone dead on me. And then we go on to the mobile app for the Power Watch. And as you can see, I'm running Android. And there's not a whole lot that the app does at this point. You can specify what your goals are as far as your steps and distance, and I believe calories, it said there. And then it does, of course, have the US system and the system that the rest of the world uses, the metric system. Okay. And that's pretty much what it does on this page. And then when you go to actually on the watch itself, it'll show you what firmware it's running. And right now I just upgraded to 1.03, which really improved a lot of features of the watch. The step count and the distance is much, much better. And syncing also is much more reliable. I'm able to sync it much better. But as you can see, that watch faces, changing watch faces isn't yet supported. And I'm looking forward to that coming out. And here I am on the Indiegogo website, just showing you the different models that are available for the Powerwatch. I have the silver edition. There's also an all-black version called the Black Ops, which I really liked the looks of that more, but I went cheaper and got the cheaper version. And these are the available watch faces, or watch faces are hopefully going to be available soon that I'll be able to select through the app. And I hope that those are coming. Some of those look pretty cool. And then there's the Powerwatch X, and that's a larger version of the Powerwatch, and it's not yet available, and it's been delayed quite a bit. I think now they're saying mid-April of 2018. And the difference between this watch, besides it's bigger and kind of more rugged looking, is that it does support notifications, and it seems like they're having a little trouble getting this watch in production. And there's the Black Ops, which I really like the looks of it. And as far as the specifications, it's a rather large watch. Like I said, it's 46 millimeters in diameter. So it's kind of large on my wrist, but I'm used to large watches by this point. I've tested so many different ones. But it is lightweight. So, and here's another view of it. The strap. One complaint I do have about it is that I really don't like the strap that comes with it. I'll definitely be changing that out. It's really stiff and it likes to collect a lot of lint. And then it's just hard to get it to fit right. But here is the box that it came in. And as you see, it says that it's powered by you, and that is true. It is living up to that claim. It is charging itself, and I haven't had any issues with that. So I'm looking forward to more features being released soon.